aren't playing the Caitlyn game, no Caitlyn meta at all. And so Champions Select looks a little different than in previous games. It's probably going to look a little different in this one too.
Ooh.
And now
wait
on the
why?
blue side, they ban out the Senna.
Peperdine banned out the Senna that San Francisco were banning.
No, it's flipped. Peperdine had to take Senna all the time.
Yeah.
That's actually one of the things we were talking about, because I think you keep the Lee Sin ban, especially because I don't think the Avalanche answer to it. I personally think that Senna ADC is pretty good, but I don't really trust the San Francisco bot lane to play it safely, but that's not even a question.
Okay.
That does mean, though, that the Kled is up and available. It was part of the Super Stampede composition that we saw in Game 2 from San Francisco's earlier series, but...
I actually think this is, the more I think about it, the more I think this is actually right. We're talking about the Senna ban maybe being the one that they should drop. I actually think that, I think the Kled is the one they should have dropped. And because it was in tandem with the Elise is why it worked.
And they already took the Elise away anyway.
Yeah, so I think the Kled was a combo thing, not so much a standalone mid lane thing. So I think this is actually as correct as you could possibly get. But now I'm open to being wrong if San Francisco want to pick it, just without it. But I think this is the best way to go.
I love what San Francisco drafted here. They get the Kai'Sa for themselves. The Nautilus was locked in for Peperdine. That's been the higher priority as a first pick. And usually the Kai'Sa makes its way through to the pick later on. But San Francisco say, no, we're grabbing that right away. We know that Kai'Sa's got that 100% win rate so far in the series. We want that on our team. But it does leave some picks open. Peperdine going back to the Vi. And Veigar was banned last game. And also known to be a very strong counter to the Kai'Sa. You drop down that cage and suddenly it's so much harder for that Kai'Sa to actually do all those crazy playmaking.
I'm going to ban Fizz now as their last ban, I would assume, if they are following pretty much what they had done previously to kind of secure the Veigar. But that's the thing is San Francisco, they had banned the Veigar Pepperdine had banned Veigar themselves against San Francisco. So San Francisco was the ones that banned the Fizz thinking that they would get Veigar. So it was really interesting. Now, Fizz is still up. Does San Francisco want to play that?
Are we sure this is a Santo Veigar?
No. I'm not sure about it. It could be bottom lane.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I was almost like, if you're giving the Kai'Sa away so much short range, you can catch her out with the cage if you really want to upset this bot lane priority. But that would definitely be a risky pick. And hopefully maybe even counter out seeing the mid matchup, thinking they're into Veigar and then flying it through. We'll have to see if that's the case. If that's a Veigar lock-in, I can almost guarantee that's exactly what's happening.
But there is the Braum to help keep the Kai'Sa safe from the potential end of the Veigar. And there's the, Fizz locked in for Pepperdine. Yeah. Not even giving San Francisco the option.
The takeaway, man. That's what it's about. Because if he plays a mean Fizz to begin with, oh my God, what?
And the Kled. So Pepperdine.
They're taking everything.
They're getting real fancy with this draft for sure. It seems targeted specifically towards San Francisco and what they expected San Francisco to want. There's no way that Zed's locked in. They're baiting me right now.
Is this a throwdown?
They locked into Zed. It's going to be Zed versus Fizz in the finals.
What? Yeehaw.
Is this like season
You two are
4?
scribbling furiously in your notes right now. I'm just trying to emotionally process it. Oh, okay. I didn't know we were in for a treat today. If I knew that this was going to be game 3, I would have.
We got Braum in there too, man. We
got brought my signature champ. Absolutely. Yeah. I love it. I got to put on a few more pounds before I really can nail the cosplay, but we'll get there.
Dude.
The Olaf and the Mordekaiser again going top lane. Mordekaiser's found a lot of success and is just a popular champ in general so far in this tournament. So I like seeing that from San Francisco. Return to form. But Cape Ulcer going away from the Vladimir because it was banned out. I'm curious how this Mordekaiser is going to look. We've seen it more mid than top lane so far.
We have seen him a bit top lane too, and I think it has been Pulsar. I think played it in their very first game. I could be wrong, but yeah, it's been back and forth. And I think that this is a champion that has showcased that it does make people pay a QSS tax. But I think he has to be very careful up against this Kled.
Yeah, the Kled is, again, we also saw that mid. We've seen that top. Feels like these melee champions are getting flexed around. Almost feels like back to the Urgot Aatrox meta back at Worlds. But now we just got Mordekaiser and Kled. Is that more exciting or less exciting? I feel like that's more exciting. I don't know. Hard to tell. But when I look at these two compositions, it's really hard to tell. I don't want to be biased based on recency, but we saw this happen in the semifinals where San Francisco gave up that game 1 and then bounced back. They found their groove. They figured out how to win the game. And I think that they did that with this draft as well. I'm going to be giving it over to San Francisco.
Oh, I'm torn because I think San Francisco have the tools to win. I think Peperdine, I don't like betting against Vegars. As much as I think that, they might be a little outclassed, I'm not going to bet against the Vegar. So I'm actually going to go with Peperdine here.
Okay. All right. So already split desk.
I have to back down up. Peperdine, I think, I don't know if I like the composition, but like when we're at the rodeo, you kind of go with the biggest horse there. And I think that, especially when San Francisco has so much assassination potential, like into a Fizz who can dodge it away, into the Kled who just refuses to die, Vagar is going to be getting Azani's Hourglass and then is also named Vagar. I think there are so many tools from Peperdine. If there's a bit more of a standardist composition, like if it maybe more of a caster-esque mid laner, I might feel differently. But I think right here, seeing what we got, Peperdine.
Yeah, I think the big deal, though, is that Olaf can rush the Vagar, and that would really just mess up his day. But that's the one thing that I'm kind of like, I don't know.
That's the linchpin, I think.
But I don't like betting against Vagars. I feel like even if you shut them down, they still bring so much utility to a team.
Yeah, well, first question is, Return, have you ever been to a rodeo? Because I don't think...
No, I've not.
This is his first rodeo.
I don't even know if you bet on the horses. Second of all, the biggest horse is the one that's going to throw you off the quickest, but that's beside...
Well, no, you bet on the horse, not the rider.
Is this a...
I think the horse is going to win.
I don't think that's
and right now, Peperdine is the horse.
All right, maybe somebody...
Who's the rider?
Who's been to a rodeo here? Has anyone in its production been to a rodeo? I don't know. We'll get back to that one as we're ready to hop into game number 3. Everything on the line right here. Everything these teams have been working towards in this preseason. WCC 2019 leading into the collegiate season. A victory here would feel so good for either of these schools. We heard from San Francisco's jungler Mahir what it would mean for them. Just proving to their school they're more than just a club team. They're deserving of the attention of the administration. And when you have that kind of drive, it's hard to not root for that team.
I know. That's why I'm like I feel like it's a great thing for both of these schools and both these clubs. If they win it here, they've gone to game 3. So even if they lose, I still think they can walk away and say, hey, second place, 1 game away, a few moves, and it goes differently for them. So no matter who wins this, I think they can hold their heads high. But at the same time, these compositions, I just don't like betting against a Vagar. It's just a policy that I have, even when it's on the other team. And I'm playing against it. I'm like, he's going to win. I'm like, oh boy.
He's your insta-tilt champ.
Mentally destroyed. I have mental boomed.
Wow. That's quick.
Yep. That's total war right there.
You
leave nothing left.
Oh yeah.
How are you feeling right now? Do you have like flashbacks as you're
No, I get to watch and enjoy. So
Okay, good. Happy it hasn't ruined the experience.
So I like to watch other people suffer at the hands of Vagar as well, because I go, misery loves company. It feels like these people understand what I go through. And then when he loses, I'm like, that's not the Vagars I play against.
But that's even more tilted, right?
Yeah, I know.
Exactly. We see Diamond Crevasse not getting a leash. Might have had a leash, actually. I'm not quite sure. But either way, getting level 2 and heading towards that top side, going buff to buff. And we saw in that game 1, again, really trying to push Scott behind, going for... Or rather, it was Mahiro that was trying to push Scott behind and going for gank after gank. I'd like to see Diamond actually put a little more focus up here, especially now that it's the Kled instead of a tank.
Well, I mean, Kled can be pretty beefy, but I definitely understand the idea. Diamond can get involved in this lane, and so can Miro. I think definitely probably is going to be interesting, but for me, Peperdine and San Francisco, this match is going to be decided in the mid lane, especially. I think that if Zed starts popping off, you have the ability to go ahead and roam around. I think the same thing's true for Fizz. Whoever starts to come out on top in this lane, I think will secure lane priority, start to affect those side lanes. And I think it's even more important for San Francisco, because I don't think you can realistically rely on like this Kai'Sa's team fighting. I feel like there's just no way Kai'Sa survives, given that there's no real engage for her to follow up on it.
Why didn't he go?
Yeah, interesting. K-Pulsar was ready for it. Scott doesn't even get dismounted, and Mahiro's still around. I'm curious why Diamond went for this clear. Goes from bottom buff to top buff, clears the entire top side, back to Raptors. Feels like just
He's afraid of getting invaded. I think he believed he was going to get invaded.
Does put him up in clear here, as Mahiro even looks to do potentially some counter jungling, but can't find anything for it. So if we see Diamond Crevasse able to get that bottom scuttle, that's actually really good for the clear.
Is every time Vi punch something, do her buffs get a little larger for a second?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Oh, now I can't not see that.
Yeah, their buffs get a little bit larger at their feet when they hit something.
Wait, what?
Yeah. it pulsates a little. It's weird.
Oh, okay.
She'll have the blue for a little bit longer,
that,
and you'll see. But
that's concerning here as another 1v1 on the top side. Scott going in onto K Pulsar, but can't quite get the last bit of damage there. He's close, but not right there. Now here comes the cage, locking Kaga and Spirit Tracks in, but now Dragon Knight's got to be careful. The Braum passive, the Kaisa passive, they're doing a lot of damage to this Nautilus, and Flow plus Mahiro are here as well. Kaga, though,
that's a lot of damage.
The Minion Wave. I don't know that's where you want to be, buddy, but gets out fine.
Able to make the way out in the early games. I think already you're seeing both teams' ability. Wanting to roam down to that bot side and just find these giant, let me outplay him, coach. Let me go in on the Zed and, foop the backline or whatnot.
Flippy foop.
That's the
technical term for sure.
Yeah.
But there's double scuttle secured by the side of San Francisco, and they also have a really strong wave to catch here in the mid, or large wave to catch here for Flow in the mid lane. So even though he roams down to the bot side, didn't lose anything for that. Still up 10 CS over Santo Masi. So early game definitely going in favor of San Francisco right now.
Yeah, for now, but I think that's the advantage that you have for some of these solo lanes. Just for some of these early lane visits, it's still the conversion of this into team fighting that I am concerned about for San Francisco. A good chunk of change will definitely alleviate those concerns for me, especially if it finds its way onto the Olaf, but you got to really start building up that basis. Otherwise, I think there's just way too many ways to win out a fight from the side of Peperdine. Once again, Pled is 2 health bars. There's going to be Zhonya's everywhere. I just don't see how you out-assassinate that comp.
The Fizz also getting a good trade there onto Flow in the mid lane despite that, CS differential. Curious what the XP looks like between these mid laners, because Santo Masi might even hit that first. If you're able to get level 6, go for that all in. Nope, Flow just hit it there. So, yeah, again, Zed versus Fizz. Not a matchup we get to see all that often, unfortunately. But I'm happy that the players are treating us here. Ooh, I like this from a hero, though. Going for this cheeky Dragon Steel. Will Diamond see it? I don't think he does. He spotted on the ward. Oh, Mahir's got to be careful.
Well, they got to move up.
Good.
Block it, yeah.
Yeah. So, successful sneak here from Mahiro, unless something crazy happens from across screen. No, he's got this for sure. First Dragon already picked up for San Francisco.
Alrighty.
Means it's going to be either an ocean or a mountain rift.
True. And so far in this series, the team that's gotten the first dragon has always finished the Dragon Soul. The other team's only gotten 1 dragon each match. We'll definitely have to see whether that's going to be the case, because we're talking about the later game team fights, at least. I'm really...
Ooh, Scott, what are you doing? 1v1 against K Pulsar. Oh, he's able to dodge away. Who's going to get it? Oh, that's a huge shield from K Pulsar. Scott might be able to remount here. One more shotgun should get it, but can't quite find it yet. Tabasco's bot side trying to get onto Spirit Tracks. Kaga going forward. Can they get the final stack from the Braum passive? First blood over to Kaga. Now turning on to Dragon King. One more auto will stun him up as well. Who claims that one? It's Spirit Tracks. 2 kills to San Francisco.
Yeah, they can't do much in that lane until you're level 6, and they're way too far forward without wards there. It's like being up a creek without a paddle. It's being down river without a ward.
Yeah, and even with the jungler there, with Diamond, you don't have the damage needed. Sure, you can lock someone down for about 3 hours, but if they do not die by the time they are unstunned, they are going to be mad. And then the Olaf was mad, and then he killed them. Don't do that.
Well, don't do that.
Don't be receiving of that if you're trying to win for Peperdine.
Mahiro not on the Lee Sin, but the Olaf, again, just similar in style when you think of what you can do in the early game. But look at the 1v1 in the mid lane. Flow not getting the better of this trade. Even takes the jump back to the shadow. Has to flash away. Hex Drinker popped. Summoner spell used.
That was Hex Drinker, and I think he had Nullifying Orb.
Wow. That is rough to see right there. Definitely losing out in that 1v1 trade. Beautiful from Santo Masi, though. Landing the ultimate, landing the damage.
I think he missed everything.
Might have missed everything. Ragnarok used by Mahiro. Flashes over the wall.
Yeah, there's no level 6 here for Diamond. So it's like Diamond hasn't been level 6 first. Santo Masi, same thing. He got his 6 a little bit later. So it's a little bit rough for them, just experience-wise for Pep. San Francisco, they are, once again, looking good in this game. CS lead top. Bottom lane, no, but also in that mid lane, it's pretty even, but we just saw what happened there when Flow blew his flash.
But this feels similar to last game where the top lane pretty much left alone, and when that happens, K-Pulser's getting the better of it. In these 1v1 situations, I think he's proven that he's the better of the top laners. Now again, getting onto Scott. No Skarl available. Scott flashes away. Flash answered by K-Pulser. Easy solo kill.
Yep, Scott, nowhere to go there after he gets ultied, and he was not fighting back for pretty much the majority of that. He's just trying to run away, and that's not what you can do against Mordekaiser. Once you're in, you're locked in.
Look at this invade, though. Diamond Crevasse just barely hits level 6 here, trying to get over the wall, but Flo's right there, and Mahiro picks up the kill.
And just the warding here has been so good from San Francisco. Every side of the jungle is warded. They can check their own, make sure they aren't getting invaded. And right here, let's see what happens.
Oh, look at the engage on the bottom side. Spear Tracks going forward. Uses the ultimate early. There's the knockup. Can Windchill get the damage? Spirit Tracks goes down. Now Kaga's in a lot of trouble trying to stack up these Braum autos. But Windchill's running forward. Kaga's got nowhere to go. Santomasi will claim that kill.
What's going on the top side? Kled just ultied straight in to get back to lane.
Charges back in, but K-Pulser's just fine after that.
He's really strong.
I think the early Ocean Drake helping out for sure.
The base stats and the base damages that Mordekaiser has is just a bit ridiculous.
Wait, did they even have an Ocean Drake?
It was a Wind Drake.
It was a Wind Drake. How did that healing come back? Is that just the kit? That's just Mordekaiser's kit.
That is Mordekaiser.
Yeah. That's the...
Oh, look at this TP coming in mid. They're trying to lock down Flo. He's able to dodge away from the ultimate, but locked down by the cage. That should be a kill. Actually, Juke's back. One final auto.
2 little gun ticks.
That's the fadeaway.
Yeah, it's rare that a Veigar auto is what gets the kill, but
I love
take it.
The autos from that skin in particular are great. His little like super soaker shots.
Well, I mean, he's already got the super soaker.
Yeah, and he's also glacial augment, so yeah, definitely he's going for that type of build.
K-Pulser is just terrifying up here. Gets the solo kill, also just keeps pushing in Scott while the rest of his team can do work elsewhere around the map. It's 5 kills to 3 in favor of San Francisco.
I'm honestly a little bit surprised that Mirror didn't actually I was expecting him to almost immediately drop the Herald in the top lane, because if you get another surge of gold into Mordekaiser, who's already ahead, he absolutely takes over the lane. There is no point of return. And when you have a champion, honestly,
he's going to try to pull you.
Oh, Scott.
Okay.
Is still safe under turret, but
Scott.
He just didn't respect it. I guess he doesn't understand that.
All right, Scott.
He knew return was trying to make a point, so he's like, I got to do something right now. But speaking of action happening right now, Santomasi chasing Flo away from the mid lane. No flash available on the Zed, so Flo's got to be careful with his use of that shadow dash. Oh, here's an engage coming in from the... Spirit Tracks tries to get over the wall, but can't quite find it. The Nautilus ultimate locks him down, but here's Ragnarok Olaf running in, goes down to Windchill. So it's a 1-for-1 trade. That was a lot of burst coming in from Windchill, but Spirit Tracks just stopped.
Windchill, just using the ultimate, and yeah, you get stopped by if you try to dash through, and here comes another.
Might look for more. Here's another cage, locks down. They're able to get it in onto Spirit Tracks, but the shield from Kaga might keep him alive, but might is not true. Santomasi does pick that one up. 2-0-1 now. Can Flo get anything more for this? Ultimate's available. I don't know if you have the time to make this play. He's trying to ult, and does take a Diamond Crevasse, but how low will he go? Spirit Tracks could have been baited in. Flash available, has to flash away from the damage.
Yeah, gets the flash there. That was a little bad there from Diamond. He wasn't able to actually land the initial Q, and that's a lot of damage. That would have killed. You max that thing first. You gotta land that thing.
It would have CC'd, it would have killed, it would have kept him on going, but that is kind of the price you pay. But for Flo, I do have to admit, the targets he can probably ultimate, they're starting to shrink bit by bit. We're going to get some early Season 9 flashbacks, because there's currently 3 stopwatches on this bottom side of the map for Peperdine. And once again, the Zed is going to become less and less effective, I feel, throughout the game. It's going to be effective enough to get the Dragon in.
Okay.
First 2 drags of the game.
I'm happy.
Oh, yep. All right. Peperdine, if they get these Mountain Drakes, this game is over.
Is this the first Mountain Drake?
This is the first Mountain Rift.
The Mountain Rift that we've seen.
Double checking.
Today, at least.
Today. I think it's today, at least.
Yes.
Yeah, because everything has been almost ocean, and then there was like an infernal, and then there were a few clouds. And I think this actually favors the composition of Peperdine a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because they want to play in those little crevices. They want to play with smaller terrain. and more choke points because the Fizz ultimate, the Veigar baby cage, and then you also have the Nautilus.
Right, and then on top of that, with the stats from the Dragon as well, and especially the Dragon Soul, if you're even looking that far in the future, so much of San Francisco team is built on the pop. It's built on the assassination like we were saying before. If you get like 200 armor from like a Guardian Angel, that becomes very hard to cut your way through. Add a shield on top of that. That is now the entire way built through. I think that also helps. San Francisco's not going to be too mad if they're like, oh no, we got 2 Mountain Drakes, what are we going to do? They're going to be very happy with the extra tanky stats as well, but the idea of this comp for Peperdine is control. Give yourself more defense, you give yourself more time to set up that control.
And we already talked about Flo's running out of targets to try and one-shot anyway.
Yeah, so good luck with that one if you get
those Mountain Drakes are going to make that problem even harder, much more compounded. But here we go, Flo dodging away from the ultimate yet again. Gets at that stopwatch from Santomasi, only blowing the ultimate.
Yeah, it was a good idea, good plan, but not quite. And no turret for the Rift Herald, so it kind of goes to waste there. Top side, though, it's still been that Kled struggling. Struggling and struggling. He might ulti back to lane here instead of use teleport.
It's always tough to tell because if action happens on the bot side, you need that teleport.
Yeah, there it is.
He's teleporting instead, saving that ultimate, might be using it in a potential 1v1, or if he wants to call for a gank, because Diamond Crevasse is up here right now.
Yeah, but it's a Mordekaiser. You gank him, he just ultis one of you.
Yeah, and I would understand that play if like Peperdine were setting up a play to get first tower themselves. I don't really think any of these lanes is exactly built to do that. It's built for the team fights, not quite the lane. So the TP, I think, is really going to end up biting them, especially if they lose top tower anyway.
We'll see what they're able to get with the charge instead of the teleport. K-Pulsar has teleport available and should be communicating to the team. Okay, we got TP advantage. What can we do on the bot half of the map? So far, we got Mahiro down there, but a reset from Spirit Tracks means that I don't think anything's going to happen down there anytime soon necessarily. And also, the second Rift Herald will be spawning up here shortly, so we'll see. That charge might be helpful for Scott if they're looking to fight around that. They're 2,000 gold behind, a lot of that being on the bottom half of the map, so if Peperdine take a 3v3 up here on the top half, that could be in their advantage here.
He's trying to keep this away from the turret so he can't get damage on it.
Yeah, but he's just losing a lot of his health bar. The Snarl passive will go down. Might have some time to build it up. Oh, yeah, that's barely ending.
He's got to watch out. Olaf, Braum on the top side of the map.
But speaking of which, Braum on the top side of the map does leave Kai'Sa on an island here alone. If it's the roam away from Windshield TP,
no, you're dead.
Oh, no.
Oh, wait.
Tower's dead, though.
Backing away. Yeah, that is definitely a tower going over to San Francisco. K-Pulsar definitely getting the better of Scott in this series, at least game 2 and 3. Beautiful to see.
And it feels like that Peperdine right there were caught flat-footed. They weren't expecting rotations coming through. Now here is the makeup play that they're going to try to find.
They have to get something here. Spirit Tracks caught off guard. Goes to face check the bush. Dragon King tanking up the turret. Who's going to get the kill? They want to give it to Windchill, but Diamond Crevasse will take it.
Yep, Windchill, they do want to give it to him, but I mean, he's 3-0-3. He's already rather fed. I feel like it's okay to spread the love a little bit at this point in the game, and then later you really want to get him that extra boost. He's already got 2 out. Yeah, he didn't need more than what he got.
Spooky Ghosties have been acquired.
Yep.
Engage is online. This is exactly, you know, we see the Aries mostly go this especially, but Veigar from time to time will go this build. Also the Nico, which is the super slow, will engage from nearly anywhere. And like we said before, Kai'Sa kind of in that slot where it's not quite immobile, but not quite super agile enough to dodge away from a lot of the stuff. Hit her with that slow, box her in the cage. She has 0 way to get out, especially once that flash is down. Plus, with the Veigar, I suspect there may be a QSS tax coming in.
Yeah, the way that you use Veigar is you want to, or I guess I would say the way that you use Glacial Augment in general on champions is ones that have very strong CC. That is a little bit harder to land than you would want it to be. Things like Ari Charm, the Nico E is incredibly potent, and then the Veigar E as well. So the plan behind this is to control the choke points. You can see here, did he hit somebody? He did.
Oh, there we go. Spirit Tracks caught.
Everybody hits the Veigar because of that. Yeah, I hate that.
It's like Kai'Sa may be the premier ADC right now, but if you are dead, I don't care who you are, you ain't doing anything.
And Peperdine might want more. They use the charge to go for, get flash out of Kaga. 5 members grouped around this dragon. They want this Earth.
And this Veigar is about to just become a well-oiled machine.
They made it through. They didn't zone.
Ragnarok's available.
He's literally on the dragon.
Forward.
He's
is
literally
going in, trying
on
to
the
get
dragon.
Diamond Crevasse. It's stolen away by San Francisco, but can they take the fight afterward? K-Pulsar throws out the ultimate as the rest of his team are getting slaughtered in the pit. K-Pulsar will fall as well. There's nothing he can do against Windchill. With all those slows, the Veigar can just kite away. Fight goes to Peperdine.
And that is just the same thing we were talking about before. But this time in the side of Peperdine, they have complete control of that dragon. They can start it whenever they want to. They don't decide to set up a wave. They don't decide to set up control of the area. And they just roll out the red carpet saying, here, please take this dragon. And now with that, they put themselves one dragon away from giving San Francisco the dragon buff. They're giving San Francisco the dragon soul and moving on to Elder. Yeah, that's how you play Veigar, ladies and gentlemen. You find, you kill.
I don't like
it's
that
becoming
at all.
a well-oiled machine where Veigar can basically walk up to any fight. As long as you land a slow, you're guaranteed to get either a flash or a flash is gonna kill.
Yeah.
But like you have time to farm this through, grab some more.
And you can see, once again, like this area here, I think is so important because Windchill goes down and then he uses the E again. And the Mountain Drake terrain is just perfect. Look at that. Right. The bounce house, he gets great W in there, gets a kill. And then even though he's ultied, he's already chunked out K-Pulsar, who was going straight for him.
Yeah, and sometimes, especially when you have these kind of control objects, especially also with the jungler, if they're confident, they're like, look, we don't need to set up, I'll outsmite this guy no matter what. We're talking about Lee Sin being one of the best smiting junglers. Yeah, Olaf, especially with ultimate, he's right up along with it. With the devastating smash plus the smite, you're not gonna beat this guy unless your name's like Cho'Gath, and unfortunately, that champion is not currently in the game.
Yeah, so Dragon picked up by San Francisco. I think it's a good prize for them to grab at this point in time. They had a good grasp of the early game. They had some gold advantage on the bottom half. And then it feels like this Veigar is just running away with the game. Fizz also 3-0-3, but they've done a good job shutting down Diamond Crevasse. It feels like Mahiro is almost in Diamond's head at this point in time. Flo might have even caught out the Vi in the jungle, but now who caught who? Flo still gets the kill. Will go down for it, but well played at least. Making it a 1-for-1.
That's still, in my opinion, as long as you get an assist on it, it's worth more. So let's see, has this matchup changed since we last saw anything?
K-Pulsar and Scott in the 1v1. Charge is available, but Scott still has a scar no longer. K-Pulsar should just be able to chase him down and get it. And the
can't dodge
in place.
Herald?
Herald drop by Mahiro. I think it might have been about to drop or about to expire. Who knows?
Well, it went to the right place anyway.
Sure.
Mordekaiser's got priority. Give him a wrecking ball, and that will do its job.
If Kled had a second, like, loaded up gun, he shot once. If he shot twice, if he had a second one, then he would have been able to.
Would have been the remount. That would have been the charge.
Yeah, he had to double tap.
I don't think that perk is available in this game mode.
Nope.
Yeah. Unfortunate for
Should have set it to burst mode.
Yeah, there we go. Get the alternate fire. But teleport is available, so should be able to get right back into the action or just walk to this bot wave and grab that here. So San Francisco, it feels like this Mordekaiser is their strength.
Yeah, and he's getting stronger and stronger, but at the same time, so is this Veigar. This Veigar, highest CS in the game by a good margin, even 30 ahead of the Mordekaiser. 5-0-5, he almost has 100% KP, the highest on the team, and he also has a stopwatch. So even if you got to a point where he got ulted by Mordekaiser, he would just stopwatch. He would E on top of the Mordekaiser, walk outside of it so the Mordekaiser has to chase him or stand inside of the cage, and then he just stopwatches when he has an issue. Like, he's actually pretty good at avoiding the Mord.
Yeah, but I think that still the Mordekaiser has to be one of the core win conditions for San Francisco, especially if you grab that 4th dragon. Not only do you grab it for yourself, but you deny the defensiveness away from Peperdine. And wait for a second.
Again, caught out here by Flo. Same spot in the jungle, but no Fizz this time around. Flo.
Oh, he lives.
He doesn't get it.
He lives because the Vi shield.
Oh.
Okay.
That was so close. I thought for sure that Flo was going to have that one this time around, but can't quite get it.
I was about to ask the the time-honored question of how many Z-ults does it take before you finally build a Zhonya's on an AD jungler. Doesn't quite need it, I guess, just yet, but definitely GA might not be too far off in the future, especially once again with some bonus resistances coming in via Dragon. But I was going to go ahead and say that Mordekaiser still is that win condition for San Francisco, because if you deny away the Dragons, you deny away the long win condition, and they try to just get more to stomp through these fights.
Yep. Oh, whoa. Braum is just chilling there.
Just trying to back.
I don't even know if they saw him, but yeah, got him. All right, they're going to get this, and this is not going to go over to
I really
San
hope
Francisco.
so.
It's not going to go over to San Francisco, and that would have been their 4th one.
Good from Peperdine.
It's bad
making
reset.
sure that they keep this game close. Game 3.
Oh,
Are they charging for the Baron?
They don't have DPS. I would actually rather see them take up control around here.
I think they were spotted.
What?
Too.
What was that? Just set up, just death push. Kill somebody.
I think that might have been Scott saying, guys, let's go. And the team saying, okay, no.
Yeah,
Back up.
Do it.
I was actually about to say, they could literally just play around Baron buff, threaten it, and then use their zone control to find a pick. And that's actually what I thought they were going to do. I thought they were going to bait them and be like, oh, look, we're running the Baron. You're going to have to stop us. Haha, ulti.
That's also that one where you go like, we got a Mountain Drake. It's time to do Baron. And then you're like, wait a second, patch notes. It's like, wait, it don't do
That's
true
a
damage
different
anymore.
one.
Yeah.
But I'm just blown away by how close this game is. He gets to play here on Takaga. He's getting CC'd, getting locked down. Windchill gets the kill.
Shield ain't that big.
He even goes golden with the Zhonya's under the turret, gets away safe.
Just imagine how disgusting it would be if this Veigar had Cloud Drakes. And he's able to...
Oh my god. Bonus movement speed, especially if you get the soul, like bonus movement speed plus cooldown reduction on the ultimate.
Because the ulti's already 1/4 of the way cooled down, so...
That's just
like bing, and then just run to the other side of the map.
Yeah,
I don't like how...
It's like, I have done my job.
You get an
ulti. You later.
You get an ulti.
Who needs...
At that point, you're basically just getting like mage buff off of TFT. It's like, oh, free, double ulti.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Who needs phase rush when you just got the Cloud Drakes?
When you just kill things.
When you just kill things. When you just one-shot them with your Rabadon's Death Cap, Super Soaker, and Spooky Ghost. Does so much damage.
I wonder if he's got Ultimate Hunter too.
I would
assume so.
Most Veigars do take that. Or at least when I play Veigar. I don't know.
Yeah, he's about to have it back. I mean, you literally want to just ulti people to get all that AP and stuff and take them off the field. I wonder how much he has right now. I'd actually say he
top lane.
Does he have... I'm betting he has something like 800.
Flo fighting right now. Diamond Crevasse actually gets a kill onto Flo.
We are really... Guys,
we
gotta figure out the Veigar. Nothing else matters.
I know.
Right now.
I just got a confirmation he has 850 AP, so I was very close.
He does have Death Cap now.
Yes.
But that's just going to keep going.
I factored that into my 850.
Haha!
Wow.
He's just been CSing really well.
Yeah.
Right.
258 at 26 minutes.
It's
pretty much perfect. When you think of...
What happens when you put a Veigar in an ADC's body?
Yeah.
Or an ADC in a Veigar's body. I think that's the one. Close enough.
It's tough because the
Oh,
Kaisa,
don't 50-50 this.
100% win rate, but Mahiro could flash over this wall. Has Ragnarok available. They got to get Vision down. He's in! Oh, can't actually take it down, and he will fall. Baron goes over to Peperdine. They take out Mahiro as well, trying to make the hero play. Not to be.
Peperdine just lucked out so incredibly hard.
Oh, is this it? They locked down the Braum. They're diving under the turret. There's the Glacial Fissure trying to turn it around. The turret's still alive. Now comes Flo. Diamond Crevasse should go down. Just barely alive, but will fall to the Zed ult. Here we go. Spirit Drags goes deep.
Yoink!
Gets the kill, gets out.
All right, so many things. I mean, Stopwatch could have saved.
It's not over yet. Return kick.
Round 10.
You can't fight the 1v1.
Does he win now?
Empowered
Does he win?
Minion
Because
wave. Throws up the Zhonya or the stopwatch. Oh, but now the minions have de-aggroed onto him. He might have been able to turn that.
Potentially.
Doesn't want to go for it.
This Veigar. I knew my gut was right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just like, I think San Francisco were better, but like, I don't know. Veigars, they give me the heebie-jeebies when a player that is above like Diamond actually plays it. It's just not fair.
I can confirm that Windchill is in fact above Diamond. That's that D1 Veigar ADC. Let's go.
Windchill 400.
He'd be challenger if he just played this. If he one-tricked this.
Exactly.
Oh, I thought that W actually killed him. I was like, that's just one shots at this point? All right.
Yeah,
All right,
but I
game's
mean,
over.
you know, the cooldown of it goes down with how many stacks you have.
Yeah.
So that's how often he can cast it. It's literally he casts it, walks away.
All right.
Casts it again. I think it's probably like a 2-second cooldown.
He can get 2 off within
maybe
the
3.
span of 1
Probably
cage.
3.
Okay. So I've got a good news for everyone in the crowd who likes big numbers.
Big numbers.
We're
I like
looking.
big numbers.
We're looking at potential dragon number 3 for Peperdine, and that'll be the 3rd Mountain Drake, which means a majority of these resistance items should actually make the carries super tanky. Like, I would love to see, especially if they get the 4th too, how much the Zhonya's is actually giving Windchill in armor. Because I would wager it's a lot.
Does he have 1,000 AP now? I think he's got 1,000 now.
I would assume so. He's already completed the Zhonya's. Also, with all that magic pen coming in from the boots, he's doing a lot of damage for sure. They got priority around this dragon. San Francisco are
they don't have to do
down
it.
about
Yeah,
4K,
they need it back.
but they're really in a tough spot. But they find Dragon King. This might be the pick that they needed. If they can actually take down this Nautilus, he's so tanky, but he's caught out from the team.
They don't want to fight. That's the thing.
But they can't give this.
Kled is attacking the top side of the map.
Yeah, he's going to TP in below the fight into the tri-bushes. Look at K. Polter actually trying to get the 1v1 against Windchill. Does a lot of damage, but there's that Zhonya's coming in. Can he wait it out? Flash out from Windchill. The Dragon's still going down. I think San Francisco get it.
That's huge.
Time bought by K. Pulsar was beautiful for San Francisco. Oh, here we go. Whoa, the charge forward with the Vi. Trying to lock down this 80 carry.
Windchill's going to end the game.
Spirit tracks.
Windchill's going to end the game.
Windchill's teleported to the top side, trying to take down that turret as the rest of San Francisco are going to win the fight. They actually take down Peperdine. Can they back in time? The inhibitor should go down. They get the dragon, they win the fight, and they trade their top inhibitor for it, but San Francisco are still in the game.
Windchill was just like, not going back to that fight, and he gets right out, and he goes straight for the top. Inhib, I mean, it did get them a lot of structures, and it got them pressure for later, but this, I don't know what Kled is. Kled has ulti in a few seconds, and he already has TP. I don't know why Nautilus is there, but I also don't know why the rest of Pepperdine are not ready for a fight and ready to have the TP come in. It seems like the plan was to wait, and I don't think that was the right move.
No, I mean, even if you're going to wait, you need to make sure absolutely everyone is as safe as humanly possible. Build the wall of beef in front of your main carries, and Nautilus getting caught off here. I'm also very confused why they stopped the dragon for some time, but in the end, it doesn't actually matter. Veigar's not realistically going to be able to end the game, and taking away those resistances, of course, there's still 2 dragons worth going on to Veigar and going on to the team, but 4 would have actually been the end of the game, no questions asked.
Spirit Tracks played this beautifully, though. Just being able to dodge out of so much damage. Used the stopwatch, I believe, and now it's no longer there, so got rid of it. Not going to go for that build.
Yeah, the thing was that because Veigar was so preoccupied with not dying to Mordekaiser, it freed up Spirit to do whatever you want. If Spirit has to contend with Veigar, he's done. If Veigar's taken care of, you can finally pop off for like what probably for him feels like the first time in the game he gets to do something.
But Windchill, he's got over 1,000 AP now.
Over 1,000. They're fishing for something. Can't quite find it here under members of San Francisco. But Scott, with this pressure in the side lane, still just looking to push in. We've seen K. Pulsar be the champ that can really shut down this Kled, but they also need K. Pulsar to deal with the Veigar. San Francisco have some tough decisions to make as they look to mount a defense here. This mid turret.
Ooh, having the shield.
This Braum could be in some trouble. The turret might fall down here. No unbreakable. Ooh, Glacial Fissure used, and I don't know if it's even gonna mean much. Kai got caught out, goes down, and even some damage onto Spirit Tracks means that can they even fight going forward? Flo tries to go deep, tries to get that damage in, and gives so much room for my hero to just run at the backline. Fizz is down, can Windchill fall well, is able to stay alive. K-Pulsar in the fight with Scott. So many stopwatches, so many Zhonya's, but look at Spirit Tracks locks down. The Kai'Sa's out of the fight. It's just K-Pulsar left alive, and he's gonna go down. But now Flo was able to back, able to reset, trying to do what he can to take out the very low health bars of Peperdine, but you gotta deal with these super stop wave.
And that means the Baron is up. You're gonna have some regen here, and you can see the red buff just ticking for Diamond. They're gonna go straight towards this.
Yeah, they really need to grab this Baron as it's going to help them overpower. But San Francisco flirting with the end of the game if all of them had gone down. The Dragon takeaway is a step in the right direction, but these team fights are still so complicated to try to work through. As long as Veigar has his Zhonya's, there's nothing really you can do. I'm almost thinking, too, that, like, Spirit Tracks needs to be part of that dive. You need to try to help out. It's risky as all hell.
Yeah.
But if the cage is down, and if Zoni is just coming up, you need to kill Veigar.
Yeah, Windchill has not gone down recently, and Kaga just too far forward to start this off. It felt like San Francisco trying to make the best that they could of a bad situation.
And then here, Spirit Tracks, he's pretty much out, but I don't know if he even has something to ult T2 right now. I guess he could go, yeah, he can't do it now. He'd be in the cage. Oh, it's so hard.
It is. It is a game of micrometers.
And you
it's
can
not even
see
inches.
Windchill times this so well. Just burst, because he almost dies. And that's what I was talking about, where like the level 6 Olaf can rush straight through and go for the Veigar, but the Veigar is just way too strong now, has so much CDR, he's just mega fed.
Yeah, and this is also what we were talking about before. There's no real piece of heart CC outside of Mordekaiser that's going to allow Kai'Sa to actually get in on this backline, and that is going to be really just a resounding piece of relief for if anyone's playing Veigar in this game.
I mean, yes, and anyone on
for all
his
you
team,
Veigars out there.
He's full build now too. He's got everything.
907.
Yep, full build. All he needs is just potions, and that's it.
How much AP do you think he has now?
1,200? 1175.
1175. We'll see if that's correct or not.
Oh, 1,300.
1,300. That is insane.
Wow, he landed a lot of abilities.
I think a W and a Q would kill Spirit Tracks.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah,
even
maybe the Maw Shield would be enough to keep him alive. Who knows?
Does he have Maw?
He does.
Okay.
That's completed now. It seems like the final defense here from San Francisco. They've done their best to make it to this point in the tournament. Mahiro told us earlier what a victory here in the final.
They're going to play slow
for them. And it's all in the line now. Super's pushing topside. Peperdine pressuring this bottom inhibitor in a 1v1 flow, looking for it onto Scott, but just cannot assassinate that Kled.
Pepperdine's the same. They want this to show to the administration if they win this.
Yeah.
They can take that one straight to the bank.
Looking for the victory. This could be the final fight right here. Ooh,
here comes Kled.
Does an early Zonius, but now the charge coming through onto the backline. It's a split fight. Where's the focus of San Francisco gonna be? Unfortunately, they lose their jungler already. They can't assassinate Windchill.
That's it.
Should be game. Pepperdine University will take down the University of San Francisco and will claim victory in the WCC Pre-Season Invitational Finals.
And that's an incredible story for them, too, because Pepperdine came into this. They beat Pacific, that had beaten them previously 2-0. They came into this as the lowest seed they could possibly be, and they do the full sweep. They beat the team that beat them, and then they beat the team that looked like the strongest ones coming into this. That, in and of itself, is incredible, not to mention that they just took the whole thing.
Yeah, bouncing back. They won that game 1, lost game 2, and when I was thinking of San Francisco, I was thinking of momentum. I was thinking about mentality of players. Usually after a victory, so much easier to keep that momentum going forward, but Pepperdine said, no. We're going to look at the draft. We're going to reassess how we won that game 1, how we lost that game 2, and really pick something different, something a little flashier this time around. I loved that, Kled. But to break it down a little bit more, we are going to send it over to Returned to break down one of the key team fights.
Thank you, guys. We're going to go take a look at how Pepperdine was able to take down San Francisco here in one of these mid-lane fights, actually the one that leads to the near-final Baron. And we're going to start off, but once again, by checking out what each team needs to win a fight. For San Francisco, it is very straightforward. Take this guy out. You need to get rid of the Veigar. Veigar is absolutely decimating everyone. And without Veigar, Fizz is still a bit of an issue. Kled is there. But if Veigar is gone, it frees up so many of your members to just go hard. Olaf already is probably going to be your main way to take him down. Zed can probably give a shot for it somewhere. And then Kai'Sa, as you see right up here, are just free. If you free them up, you have the defenses, you can go forward, and you can find those fights. We're going to play it through, and you can see how Pepperdine played this so well, keeping the Veigar safe while still progressing forward on multiple levels. And you can see here as the fight does start, there's no real consensus from the San Francisco side. And here's that first point of popping off, is immediately eliminating the Braum. Braum is the only member really on the side of San Francisco that could keep Spirit alive and safe if Spirit were to go in. So by catching out the Braum, you basically already take away half of their options. It's no longer possible for the Kai'Sa to really jump on the backside. You're looking for absolutely everyone else. And you can see here at the side of the screen as well, A nice Kled ultimate basically cuts off this section of the fight from this section of the fight. As you play through, Braum is definitely not long for this world as Santos Amas does pick up the kill credit. And then it's the backline dive in multiple segments that does actually throw this fight off. As you saw right there, kill onto Fizz. I believe it was actually a Zed ultimate meant for the Veigar, which would have forced him to blow that Zhonya's not only earlier, but far closer to the team. As Veigar basically had that much time to run instead of getting knocked down almost immediately. And then a few seconds later, Olaf goes in, but once more, see where the rest of this team is. It's not following in time, and it's a smart play. Peperdine, this giant frontline group, decides when this comes forward to kite back, kite away from the aggressors coming on through, and keeping University of San Francisco at bay, not able to find anything on through, and you can see the results yourself as we play through the rest of this fight. Once Veigar is able to disengage from this fight, Zhonya's goes down, he's able to flash away. This fight is completely over. There are no more threats. It's like a list of check marks. They have to go through one by one by one, and when there's nothing left on that list, things are gone. And unfortunately for San Francisco, there just weren't enough answers. If they wanted to try to find a way to fight back during that time, they needed to throw everything at them at once. And Peperdine did a fantastic job of overloading them, not letting them consider their options, and just going through one by one, and Veigar ulting their way to the victory. Back to you guys on the desk.
I like that breakdown of that fight. It felt like an example where a front line did exactly what they needed to do, just being that buffer to prevent the rest of San Francisco to getting into that team fight. And the Zhonya's was always going to be a problem for anyone trying to get on that Veigar, and we saw exactly why.
Yeah, and it's actually incredible because when I look at that game, I go, wow, that's one of the first times I think that is maybe the first time, at least. I think I missed some games back there, but it was first time I saw a team with the Dragon Soul lose.
Ooh, interesting to note. I think that might be the first time I've seen it too during this preseason invitational. So, and also the first time we saw the Kai'Sa lose today. Kai'Sa had that 100% win rate, but it seems like the Veigar, I mean, your kryptonite, you were saying you hate to see this champ.
Obviously not mine, just mine.
Yep, obviously not just yours. It's a very strong pick into the Kai'Sa, locks down a lot of that mobility, and when I just love that they put it bot side. I love that they were willing to adapt so much and that they put all that trust into Windchill and just saying, okay, you carried on the Kai'Sa. We trust that you can also carry on the AP threat in the Veigar. There's always that temptation to put it mid, but instead they said, no, we're fine with the mid matchup how it was. We're going to throw that Veigar onto the bottom half.
Yeah, I think it's stronger in bot lane personally because it needs somebody to help defend for him, prevent him from getting ganked, kind of do zone control. Otherwise, he's just really easy to gank in mid lane, and he only has to just throw down an E on one person. And if you come at different angles, then it's almost impossible to defend him. So, yeah, or have him just defend himself. So yeah. I like him bottom more, actually.
And while it felt like San Francisco, they had a strong early game per se, and the fact that they were getting kills, they were answering some of the plays that Peperdine were laying down, but they were never able to shut down that Veigar. The Veigar, I might have, correct me if I'm wrong, was he didn't have a single death the entire game?
He didn't die.
That's insane. Over 10 kills? I know it was 9 at one point. I assumed that at the end.
Might have gotten the last one.
Yeah, because he got the kill onto Olaf. I think that would make him 10-0 at the end of the day. But yeah, we can just see some of the highlights. The build was beautiful, being able to slow down and control these zones. Just so much damage.
Yeah, it's a lot of pick potential. And pair it with a Nautilus, too. Every time you pop the Spooky Ghosts, that means Nautilus is going to put somebody right in place. You're going to pull them in, root them, and then you're going to have the Meteor come down.
And it's great to see Diamond going back to that Vi also. I think that Vi, it's not necessarily one of those champions that I'm convinced is now strong in the meta, but definitely strong in the hands of this player. We talk about it from time to time, the difference between playing meta and playing comfort in Collegiate, and I definitely think that Diamond made the correct choice. Definitely felt like Diamond could be proactive and really look for those plays, and the rest of the team was always willing to follow up.
Yeah, and they didn't even ban the Elise, or say the Evelynn that time. They dropped that ban, and they just kept with it here, and I think that was important, that they overlooked the Evelynn and said that is too slow in this game, in this matchup, because San Francisco tried to play fast, and they would take advantage of it. Whereas when he played the Vi, it felt like they didn't know exactly how to take advantage of him in the jungle. We saw the mid laner try. We saw Flo try to get in there and try to mess him up, but he definitely was followed by a fizz.
We got to see a Fizz versus Zed matchup. I still am so happy that happened. Also, I just want to give my condolences to Scott in the top lane. Was not having a fun time. It's one of those lose lane, win game.
He won.
You
better
won the
top
game.
win.
Like, come on.
Absolutely.
It's like every game.
But having the direst treatment never feels that great, where it's like, I just have to survive as long as I can while my Veigar runs around and, gets kill after kill after kill.
I personally would rather play like crap and get carried than, be a top laner who plays out of his mind and loses.
That is a fair assessment. I'm not saying Scott played like crap, though. Disclaimer. I'm not coming at you, Scott, personally. But I did just receive word that we can actually speak with one of the star carries of the team. Not Scott. It's not Scott. It is Wind Chill.
Right.
Thank you, Wind Chill, for being with us here today. Congratulations on the victory. Where are you right now?
Right now, we're in our school library right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really? Were you able to efficiently communicate and shot call when you had to be quiet?
Luckily, we have a room designated for our computer stuff, and we got really lucky that we can be loud in here.
So you're saying that you're in the library. Do you guys not have any like official like club spaces or anything like that, or is the club like recognized by the school?
So this is a part of our Peperdine Gaming Club, but we don't really have a full eSports club program yet. So we're looking to start that up soon.
Do you think that a victory here in the preseason invitational will help convince any of the administration to, invest a little more, go a little harder into esports?
Definitely. This is a huge win for us. Everyone's super confident. Everyone's super happy. And University of San Francisco played extremely well, so they made it really hard for us.
But you had to give them the Veigar, huh? Talk to me about that.
The Veigar is a pocket pick that we've had for a while, but we were just waiting for a good time to bring it out, and we really thought this was a good opportunity to flex it into the bot lane.
Game 3 of the finals is definitely a time to bring that out. So, again, this was the preseason. You're the victors before heading into the collegiate season. So, final question for you. How do you feel your team stacks up as you're looking at the Western Conference for Seoul?
I'm thinking we're looking like a really good team right now. This definitely gave us a huge boost to our confidence, and we're looking to do extremely well in the collegiate series as well.
All right. Thank you so much, Winchell. I appreciate you taking the time. Congratulations on the victory.
Thank you.
Congratulations going 0 deaths in the final game as well. Impressive feat. And I'm sure that we'll see more of you in future seasons.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.
Hate that guy. He played Veigar.
Yeah. You could say it to his face. Come on, Zyrene. He was right there. At least give him the decency.
No, he played really well.
He's going to watch
He actually played really well throughout the entire season.
He did, yeah.
It was really cool to kind of, see him go from playing these insane mechanical AD carries to playing the Veigar as a pocket pick and having that up his sleeve. Like, that's something I know a lot of ADs go towards because it beats them 1 or 2 times, and they're just like, I felt like I couldn't do anything against it is I think kind of the biggest complaint that I have or I hear from most AD players. But the fact that they complain about it, I'm just kind of like, you could play it. And that's exactly what he did. And I think that was really good.
Okay. Would you take that advice? Are you going to play it? I don't know.
I love playing it.
Okay, good.
But I'm not a bot lane player.
Good to know. Well, I want to give one final shout out to our partner in Grubhub. Thank you so much, Grubhub, for helping us put this whole show on all preseason long. It's been great having you along the ride, giving us delicious food. That was the best sushi I've ever had in my life. And it's all thanks to Grubhub. So make sure that you go in, everyone in Twitch, and give thanks to Grubhub as well by going to the link, getting the discount, getting your rewards, and making sure that you get plenty of food through them as well. We're so happy that they were able to come on board with us. And with that being said, thank you from all of us here at ESL Collegiate. That has been the 2019 preseason invitational. It's a wrap. Thank you for everybody that stuck through, and we will see you in 2020 for more collegiate action.